What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. And before we get into the video, guys, I just want to say, look, if you're someone that you like the legends of the game and you enjoy those guys that have been forgotten over time, or maybe if you're someone that's younger and you may not have seen some of these guys play or seen any highlights of these guys or even heard of these guys, then this is definitely the right channel for you guys because that is literally all I focus on. Okay, I mean, I just focus on those legends, and I really try to give you legends that time's forgotten. And you know, if that's something you're into, guys, I would greatly appreciate a like because I am a newer channel just getting started, and I would greatly appreciate that. Especially if you enjoy this type of content. Now, today we're building what many consider to be the most underrated player of all time. We're talking about the guy that's been labeled as the Dr. J before Dr. J, the Jordan before Jordan, Kobe before Kobe, and so on. He was a tremendous player, guys, and he's one of the players that with the limitations of 2K, you're not going to necessarily be able to get him exactly the way that he was. So you're just going to have to work with what you have and build him as close as possible. Now, I did find one thing that I think, just in going through looking at the builds and things, I did find, a pie chart that I felt for me, based on the highlights and things, because I never saw Elgin play in real life, but I have seen a ton of highlights, and I found the one pie chart that I felt matched him as close as you could possibly get, within the confines of the pie charts and attributes and things like that. So I just wanted to kind of share that with you guys. Um, so, I mean, well, there's several ways that you could do this. I mean, in all honesty, you could use any mixture of the pie charts to do an Elgin Baylor build, and it would be okay because the guy, he was good at finishing around the basket. He was a good shooter. He made a lot of great plays, and he was solid on rebounding and defense as well. I mean, we're talking about a 6'5" guy that averaged, I believe it was 19.8 rebounds per game one season, and the following season I think it was like 18.6 or something like that. I mean, really, really good. We're talking about guys. Time during like Wilt. It wasn't like there wasn't taller players to for him to fight and battle to get those rebounds. I mean, there was taller guys in the NBA at the time, and it's just that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's really difficult to do this build. Okay, now because of he was a stronger player for his size. He had really good vertical to obviously to get up and get those rebounds, and he was pretty quick for his size as well. So for that very reason, we need to use the balanced pie chart. Okay. And if we look here, guys, look, this is the way that I'm going to do it. If you feel that there's a different way that you could do a Baylor build, then you certainly can. But what I'm going to do is, if you look here, I'm taking close shot. I'm maxing it out at 89, driving layup at 83. I want to put the driving dunk on 80, and then I'm going to max out the post hook. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put everything in shooting that I can. So I'm maxing out mid range, 3-point, free throw, and post fade just to, get just to get those attributes, get those shooting badges. Um, and then on offense and defensive rebounding, I'm going to max both of those out. I'm going to max out my lateral quickness, and I'm going to put my perimeter defense up to 80. Okay. So the rest of it, we're going to put on pass accuracy because, like I said, he was a really good passer. I'll put this on the ball control. And even though he didn't work a lot in the post, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some on his post play just to get those playmaking badges. Um, and look at where we are with the badges, guys. Because see, this is how I feel like what you're going to use to, um, really make this a better Elgin Baylor build. Okay, so you're going to utilize those badges to do that. So of course with the body, I mean you could go a couple of different ways. I'm going to go with defined. He was 6'5". His listed weight was 225. And we're going to max out his wingspan just to get that extra bit of rebounding that we're going to need. Okay. So now let's look where we are in terms of our attributes. Okay, because this, we know that we're going to get a +4 when we hit 99. So our close shot, it's going to be a 96. Our driving layup's going to be a 98. We'll have a driving dunk of 85 and a post hook of 90. Okay, so those are all really, really good. That post hook, I mean, I did, in the highlights and things that I've seen of Baylor, he did like to use that little hook in the lane. So, that is something that you will be able to utilize with this build, and I do like that. And the great thing is, guys, where this is 2K22, if we look at our shooting, we're going to have a mid-range of 70. So you're going to be able to knock that down really, really well. You're going to have a three-point shot of 60, which, again, you're going to be able to do well with that. Free throw of 84 and a post fade of 74. So, with all of those, you're going to be able to shoot that mid-range shot that Baylor had. You're going to be able to shoot a little post fade. So you're going to be all right with this. This will be a good build. Your pass accuracy, it's going to be 79. You're going to have a ball handling of 82. And you're going to have a post control of 58, which, is not really a big deal because he didn't work a lot in the post, but you're going to have it. Okay. And if we look at our defense, guys, we're going to have a perimeter D of 89, lateral quickness of 92, offensive rebounding of 78, and a defensive rebounding of 81. So for a smaller small forward, that's really, really good. So we'll work with that, and like I said, we're going to use the badges to to kind of get that to where we want it. Now you're doing a Baylor build, guys. So with what you have here, I would definitely say you want to go with the slasher. Okay. And if you look, guys, you have a two-way finisher. And the one thing that I do like here, guys, is the DeMar DeRozan comparison, because I really feel like DeRozan, is while I'm not saying he's as good as Baylor, you could definitely see some of that, the smaller guy that in today's game, similar to the way DeMar DeRozan is being used now. I mean, you could use a guy like Baylor at the 4. He could stretch the defense. He can finish really well around the basket. He was pretty good on defense. Could grab boards really, really well. And Latrell Sprewell, guys. I mean, I don't know. That's another one that I'm going to do a build on. I don't know if you've ever seen Latrell play, but Sprewell was a beast, especially like when the earlier Golden State teams, guys. I mean, I know Golden State has a huge fan base now, but like I really love the Run TMC days, the Sprewell days, the Weber days. You know, um, I really like those days. And it's one of those things. If you've never watched Run TMC play, you should go watch it, because listen, that if they were in today's NBA, oh man, they would do really, really well together. I really do believe so. And I still feel like the Warriors probably to this day they regret that Billy Owens trade and sending Mitch Richmond to the Kings. But nonetheless, guys, I mean, we all make mistakes, right? So let's get into that. Let's get in here and let's test this field, okay? So we'll just get everything maxed out for us here. Now for the finishing badges, guys, look, I mean, you're going to go fast twitch on Gold. Um, you're going to do hook specialist on Hall of Fame. Grace under pressure on silver. Fearless finisher Hall of Fame. Um, And then looking at what we have here, I'm going to do posterizer on silver. And I'm going to do putback boss on silver. Okay, so, well, I mean, you could go other ways with this. You could do Giant Slayer. You could do Limitless Takeoff, things like that. I'm trying to keep it as close to an Elgin Baylor build as possible because where you are smaller, you want to be able to get up quicker. You want to be able to get that layup and that dunk up as fast as possible. Like I said, he did do the hooks, so we want that hook specialist, especially where you're a smaller player. Grace under pressure. Basically where you are a smaller guy, you want that simply because that's going to boost the effectiveness of your standing shots under or near the basket. Fearless finisher because if you're going to be playing inside with this build, you're going to be getting a lot of contact. Posterizer simply because it's I really feel like it's an OP badge. So where we're smaller, we need that. And then of course putback because like I said, you are going to be working the boards with this, and if you can get a putback with it, guys, that badge helps you with that. So now for our shooting badges, what we're going to do here, there's a ton of ways that you could go with this. Okay, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do corner specialist on silver. I'm going to do blinders on silver, dead eye on silver. And just looking here, I'm just going to do hot zone hunter on silver. I mean, there's other ways that you could do this. You could do set shot, catch and shoot, difficult shots, fade ace, sniper. I mean, there's several ways that you could do this. But again, I'm looking at what we have here, and because you're a smaller player, I feel like blinders and Deadeye are both going to be important. Corner because you want to be able to shoot from the sides as effectively as possible, and he was a really good shot from the side from the corners. Even though it wasn't really trays or anything at that point in time, but he was still a pretty good shot from there. And hot zone hunter just because guys, look, it's when you're doing anything pertaining to shooting, Hot Zone Hunter is the one badge that I feel like you always want. Okay? Now for our playmaking, look, you're going to do break starter on silver, bullet passer on silver, needle threader on silver. And I'm doing all of these because, like I said, he was a really, really good passer. Okay, so you want to be able to, get that, as good as possible, or get that passing, build that up as much with these badges as you can. I'm going to do a quick first step on bronze and then unpluckable on silver. Now, again, I mean, there are other ways that you could do this. You could put, post playmaker on there if you plan to use this out of the post. You could do bailout. Bailout's a really good one that I always recommend because you never know when those animations are just going to get wonky and just kind of mess up on you, and you need to pass out of it. So, if you wanted to go, that route as opposed to quick first step, you could. That would work as well. And then for our defensive and rebounding badges, we definitely know we're going to do rebound chaser. We're going to do intimidator. We're going to do box. Okay, we're going to do pogo stick on silver. And then looking at what else we have here, I feel like we're going to put hustler on gold because I think that'll help us with getting those rebounds. Now, another way that you could do this, guys, of course, I mean, you could put worm on gold. Either way works, you know. So there you have it, guys. I mean, to me, that's a pretty good Elgin Baylor build. Like I said, I mean, there's no way that I feel like you could do a tried and true 100% authentic Elgin Baylor build because of all the things that he was able to do as a player. But I feel like, with this, you're going to get pretty close to that. I really do. I truly believe that. And, as somebody that, likes to play with those builds that can get rebounds and things, I can tell you that with this build, you can get those rebounds, guys. You can be effective inside and, play with the bigs and things with this small forward build. And it's a really fun build to play with, guys, especially if you're someone that, you like to use the mid-range game, but then at the same time, you also like to be able to drive and finish at the basket. This is a really good build, guys. So if that's something that you enjoy, this is the build for you. And, I can tell you that because any build that you see me build in this game, it's a build that I've played at least 2 or 3 games with. So I kind of know how it works, and I can kind of help you and tell you, how I enjoy using it. And if that's a style of play that you like to use, then, you know that it's going to work for you. But with that being said, guys, again, if you're someone that you like those legends of the game and those, especially those lesser known legends, then this is the channel for you. And if you enjoyed today's video, I would greatly appreciate a like. And I just want to say thank you if you took the time to watch my video today. And you have a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are. Have a good one.